Hello Barcelona fans, welcome to the channel. We are back at it again, and today we will be discussing the biggest bomb after the Messi situation, and it is Riqui Puig challenging Koeman and staying at Barcelona. And lastly, we will talk about the exit of Arturo Vidal. So let's get it started, guys. A few days ago, we had Ronald Koeman come out in public and state that he did not want Riqui Puig at the team. He mentioned how Riqui probably needs more minutes than he would be offered at Barcelona. In addition to Riqui, he also mentioned Konrad and Pedri might have to leave Barcelona to get more minutes this season. But now we are hearing that Riqui Puig decided to stay at Barcelona and does not want to move. In doing so, he would define not only Ronald Koeman but also FC Barcelona. Now that wasn't the only reason why Ronald wanted Riqui to leave this summer. Besides minutes, he mentioned that he would not fit in the scheme that he will have for the upcoming season, playing with a double pivot when you have Sergio Busquets, Peter Pjanic, and Frankie de Jong fighting for those two spots already. But a third one that I did not hear too much in the media and heard it from Deportes Cuatro was that some of the veteran players did not like that Riqui tried to be a protagonist a lot of the times. No names were mentioned, however, and apparently Ronald doesn't like that as well. Though he had plenty of minutes in the first two games of the season, he was left out completely of the Young Gamper Trophy game against Elche this past Saturday. At this time, Roland had already taken the decision to leave him out of the club. So it is very interesting that as of now, Riqui has decided to stay at the club and does not want to move. Once Riqui knew he had no option of playing at the club, he had three options, which was to stay, leave in a loan deal, or leave permanently in a transfer move. He must have a lot of self-belief in himself to be able to take the decision to challenge Ronald Koeman's decision for his future. He wants to prove to Ronald that he can be successful at Barcelona competing against the players that are currently at the club, and wants his contract to be validated. In this latter one, he does have the right to stay at Barcelona. It was in 2018 that he signed a 3-year deal with the option of extending it 2 more years if he was able to get into the first team. And as we saw with Ansu Fati not long ago, these type of contracts are very normal in Barcelona. One of the issues here is that even though Riqui has played with the first team, he's still not part of the first team. So the additional 2 years have not actually been extended yet. As of now, his contract expires on June 30, 2021. What is interesting about Riqui's decision is that he has opted to believe in himself one more time, because it was just this past winter that Barcelona had tried to push him out of the club in the form of a loan so he can get more minutes that he was not getting in Barcelona. However, when this happened, he was under Garcia Pimienta in Barcelona B. But when Quique Setién came to the club, he brought him up to the first team, but was technically still under Barcelona B. Because of his jump to Barcelona's senior team, he can no longer return to Barcelona B. And by staying, Riqui actually risks being left out of the club entirely, not even being called up to be in the bench. So in that sense, we will see what happens with Riqui. If Barcelona do decide to make him a first team player, they would be able to extend his contract 2 years and have control over him and his future. But Riqui could also take advantage of this and always want to bet on himself. One of the things that could have happened but didn't was that he could have left on a loan deal, and according to various sources, Riqui Puig has actually a lot of teams interested in him, including big clubs like Ajax. But if Riqui left in this condition, he would have to make sure that he made the right decision and the right club to go to, because we have seen time and time again that players that leave Barcelona on loan usually end up not coming back. They usually fail to continue the same evolution they had going, and they end up adapting themselves to a different game that Barcelona does not play. Some players do find success outside of the team, but when they return, they're still not capable of getting into the starting 11. Such have been the cases of Gerard Deulofeu, who was said to be one of the greatest players coming out of La Masia. Rafinha is another player who has been in and out of the club through various years, having some good seasons in clubs outside of Barcelona, but when he returns to Barcelona, he does not have the talent to break into the starting 11. The last option for Riqui, which might still happen and can be out of his control, is him being sold to another club. Given the bad financial situation that Barcelona is in at the moment, they need the money, and if Riqui is not going to be used throughout the year or years that Ronald is gonna be at the club, it'd be better if he actually leaves the club, leaving behind some money so Barcelona can go out and buy a player they actually desire. With this option, however, Barcelona will lose out on a player they have formed to play to their style. And under the 4-3-3 formation, he might have been able to stay at the club, as that is the formation that is used throughout the club's various youth systems. But as mentioned earlier, Ronald Koeman wants to use a double pivot in the 4-2-3-1 formation. Having already 3 players that play in the pivot formation with only 2 spots available means he would not be able to play in those positions. You can try placing him up front, but we have the same situation happening. If you guys have not seen my video where I mentioned the possible formation that Ronaldo will use at Barcelona, you should check it out to get more information about what I'm talking about. Because under Ronald Koeman's possible formation, even Coutinho or Griezmann could be left out of the starting 11. A subcategory of this permanent transfer to another club can be having a special buyout clause just for Barcelona, so if they ever wanted to buy him back, they could. This kind of transfers are happening more and more every single time, especially by big clubs who form players that they might want to use in the future, but at the moment they can't. So guys, let me know down below. Do you guys think that it's right for Riqui Puig to stay, or should the club sell him? Write your response down in the comments. The last thing I want to talk about is the exit of Arturo Vidal. Yes, Arturo Vidal is leaving the Camp Nou after being here for 2 years. He joined Barcelona for a 20 million euro transfer fee from Bayern Munich, and his new destination will be Inter Milan as he joins Antonio Conte in the San Siro. No official fees have been mentioned, however, but it is rumored, however, that he will be leaving for a 1 million euro fee. When Arturo Vidal joined, most of us were probably surprised, and it was not a move that was expected from Barcelona. He came to Barcelona way past his prime, but even so, he was still able to deliver a few great performances and give Barcelona that edge that sometimes it needed in games, the mental fortitude and physical aspects of the game. And of course, how we can forget that he was the one to score that 4th goal in the Clásico of 2 years ago, where Barcelona won 4-1 against Real Madrid. Arturo Vidal leaves with 96 appearances, 11 goals, and 10 assists. And all I have to say is thank you to King Arthur for everything he did for the club, and hope nothing but the best for you. Well guys, that is it for today. If you guys like what you heard today, hit that like button, comment down below, and consider subscribing. I'll be uploading 3 times a week and anytime there is any breaking news. Thanks guys.